Dr. Beth Ryan, Professor Ron Chua, fellow rural bankers and microfinance practitioners, friends, and colleagues. Welcome to this seminar on how to avoid an Indian-type microfinance crisis in the Philippines. This seminar is led by the Rural Bankers Association of the Philippines and the Microfinance Council of the Philippines with the support of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the U.S. Agency for International Development. For this seminar, we wish to emphasize that we are not using the current situation in India to put a harsh spotlight on their microfinance industry's woes, but to compare our current industry situation with theirs with the hopes of learning lessons from what is happening in India. I believe the India situation is an unfortunate confluence of events arising from various factors, primarily in the Indian state, Andhra Pradesh. These factors have more to do with the informal lending collection practices and some deviant formal lenders, as well as reactions by politicians that have created a situation that has not only affected this one state in India, but also the entire microfinance sector in India. This has also caused us in this sector in the Philippines, all of us in this sector in the Philippines, to reflect on what steps we can proactively take to avoid a similar situation in the country. It echoes the legacy scandal a few years ago that put a bad light to the rural banking industry just because of the illegal practices of an unscrupulous few. Congressional investigations followed and policies doubly enforced. It put a black mark on the industry in the Philippines as a whole. However, rural banks weathered this storm because its stronger members ensured liquidity, good handling of public communications, and customer attentiveness to boost confidence in the rural banking sector. As a result, even though the number of rural banks decreased, the number of branches and deposits in the industry increased, demonstrating the continued relevance of rural banks and the underlying goodwill it enjoys, so long as they serve their communities well and follow safe and sound banking practices. Similarly, the India crisis is a wake-up call for microfinance practitioners in the Philippines to begin the proactive process of strengthening transparency, following consumer protection practices, improving governance, and becoming better at communicating the value of microfinance services. In another forum 2 weeks ago, we discussed the core values that need to be established by an industry so that it would gain trust and confidence from its customers. Core principles such as truthful messages, ethical practices, and fair dealings are necessary to bolster the image and conduct of industry players, as well as gain respect from the public at large. These principles are most often visible in how businesses, especially financial service companies, employ accuracy in their marketing materials, open communication with stakeholders, and above-board dealings with customers. Sooner rather than later, we all need to face questions from customers, regulators, and political leaders about our practices. They will ask tough questions about the industry's implementation of lending policies, the truthfulness of explanations, and the level of fairness to poor customers. This seminar is therefore a timely event to focus our minds on the impact of operating practices and protection issues of MFIs. We not only need to look at India, but also other countries' experiences as they grapple with collection practices, opaqueness in prices of credit products, situations of over-indebtedness due to lack of a functioning credit bureau, and criticism of perceived outsized profits. Some of these criticisms have valid points that we need to address and change within our own industry. We must rise to these challenges as we engage our community and educate them more about our practices. We should not brush this aside and sweep it under the rug. Now is the time to make a sincere effort to become better partners to our customers. By demonstrating our seriousness in tackling these issues, we show to the world that the Philippines microfinance industry is at the forefront of change and remains among the best. We would like to extend our gratitude to Dr. Beth Ran Chua, Ed Jimenez, Mitch Gomez, the BSP, USAID, our team at RBAP MOBS, and MCPI for making this seminar a reality. I wish you all a fruitful and productive afternoon. Bye-bye.